Okay, welcome everybody. We think we have solved our issues here. I'm going to turn it back over to Rex here.
138 pounds from Bellmont, Kevin Loshi. And from Carroll, Mixon Bennett. 144 pounds from Bellmont, Sam Wolpert. And from Carroll, Jonathan Ward. 150 pounds, Ryan Myers. 157 pounds from Bellmont.
Welcome back to WZBD YouTube channel. A little bit loud up here as the PA announcer speakers are right on top of us.
Good job, fellas. You got us back up and running.
Well, we're kind of up and running.
Well, we hope we're up and running. All the folks out there ready to land. They're announcing the lineups right now. So we haven't missed a thing.
From Bellmont, Xavier Palacios. And from Carroll, Parker Diamond. 190 pounds from
Talking
Bellmont,
with the coaches before we started. Talking with Sean
and
Farrow.
from Carroll, Jaden
Thought that
Berry.
at the end of the summer, early fall, he would have been shocked if he thought the team that we had coming back was going to be as successful as they've been. We've got no backups at 6, 13, 20, 26, 32, 38, but everybody has managed to stay healthy and be committed, make their weight, and they've done about as well as could be expected. Tonight we're going to have Grady Baker wrestling heavyweight against Braden Lothamer. Keegan Martin will be wrestling at 215 against Harrison Fitch. Cole Mendez wrestling Jaden Berry. Xavier Palacios wrestling Parker Neiman. Duke Myers against August Adams. And now the national anthem.
Welcome back to WZBD's YouTube channel as we're getting things lined up here.
Well, we're going to start at 132 pounds regardless. Will Franzi wrestling Omar Hamad here tonight as the captains now go out for the coin toss. The coin toss was quite important in the Delta match. Bellmont lost the toss and had to put their man on the mat first in the opening weight class, which affected how the matches were paired up. There's a little bit of strategy. Sometimes you're trying to avoid their best wrestler and get an even split. You win one, they win one, as to put your best against their best and maybe get nothing. How we doing, Rex?
Well, we're just trying to figure out how to play the commercials, but
right.
We will get there.
But we can do the matches, that's for certain.
We can do the matches,
hey,
and
that's what the people want to hear. They want to hear some matches, and I'm anxious for some wrestling. Carroll versus Bellmont. Carroll is a huge suburban school. They have about 900 kids in the freshman academy. They'll have more boys in their freshman academy than Bellmont has in their entire school. So it's Bellmont is a much smaller school, but their wrestling team is pretty darn good. Will Franzi now. Here we go, wrestling Omar Hamad, and we are underway. They come out, collar tie with one another. Hamad wearing a brace on his left shoulder. Franzi's wrestling up a weight class. Franzi continuing to pummel. Has some underhook control. And he dumps Hamad over on his back. Franzi has dumped Omar Hamad to his back. Omar trying to sprawl out of it, and Omar does sprawl out of it. Spins and goes out. But Franzi's going to get a takedown and near fall. They're on their feet right now. Hamad's going to have an escape. So the score should be 4 or 5-1. The official gave him 2. That would have been less than 5 seconds on your back. So it's 4-1 in favor of Bellmont's Will Franzi here at 132. Franzi now drops in a leg attack. He's in on a single leg. One leg, he's got it. His hands locked upon it. Now the hands have broken apart. Hamad shoots. Franzi stops him out front. Franzi with a side cradle off a front headlock. Franzi goes around behind and scores the takedown. So 6-1. Franzi of Bellmont leading here in the opening minute at 132 pounds. Franzi locks up a cradle. Got it relatively tight, too. He's going to try to take him over. Not going to try to roll through with it. And Franzi, the hands are broken apart, so he gives up on the cradle. Now he reaches for a far arm. Franzi in control on top here. He scored a couple of takedowns and a near fall. Leads it 6-1. Wrestling against Omar Hamad. Franzi still maintains control. A spiral ride. 24 seconds left. He's gotten way out of control now. Hamad has turned and squared up. Double leg by Hamad. Franzi trying to hang on to a back ankle and avoid losing the reversal. But he's given up the reversal and now leads 6-3 here in the final 10 seconds of this first period.
All that just because he missed a crossface, AJ.
Yep. Franzi on a stand-up, and they're out of time. So we'll go to the second period with Franzi leading 6-3.
He swung so hard to crossface, it spun him clear out of position. He gave up reversal.
Well, Will gets so close to that crossface cradle or side cradle and then doesn't get it finished. He needs to practice it about 1,000 times in a room. All right, second period will start with the Carroll wrestler Omar Hamad standing up from the down position. Franzi comes up on the head. He has one leg controlled and he reaches up for the head. Hamad still back to a stand-up now. Franzi needs to take him back to the mat. And Franzi's going to give up an escape. 6-4 the score as they wrestle here in the first 20 seconds of the second period. Will, a throw by, but maintains now an overhook. A trip by Hamad, and he trips Franzi right to his back. Franzi had the overhook, a whizzer, and Hamad tripped him right down to his back. Omar Hamad of Carroll in good position here to get a fall. 1:15 to go in period number 2. Franzi had a 6-1 lead, but now he's going to trail. Franzi still fighting to get off his back. Hamad's got a good half Nelson in. Now Hamad looking to lock up a cradle. Franzi needs to squirm and kick and bridge and get out of that position. He can't stay down there. He's going to get stuck. And there it is. He is indeed stuck. So Hamad wins it by fall. Lapse time of 3 minutes and 9 seconds. And Carroll on top.
From Bellmont, Kevin Lucy. And from Carroll, Mason Bennett.
AJ, it's almost not worth trying to talk when the PA announcer's talking. He just drowns us out so bad, but that'll bring up 138-pounders. It's Jean-Paul. Kevin Loshi bumped up to 138 pounds, and AJ, that's what Will Franz realized, that 26-pounders are a little not as strong as 132-pounders in that match. So we're at 138. It's Mason Bennett versus Kevin Loshi. We're underway here. Bellmont trails the Chargers 6-0, and a nice little fireman's attempted on Loshi by Mr. Bennett. Bennett backs out, stands up to his feet. Loshi misses on the front headlock situation. Working into tie up that collar tie. Loshi's got one arm tied up. Bennett trying to bore into him. Loshi trying to run that overhook to keep him out front. Minute 27 left to go here in period number 1. Shot by Bennett once again. He's in a fireman situation. Loshi's got that countered. Loshi's out front, goes in front of headlock, tries to snap that down. Now he's just going to bulldog him, take him right to his back with a over and under, and hooks him right down to his back. Got an Iowa dump on him. Minute 8 left to go here. Loshi's in good position, get a fall here. putting the pressure down. Minute 3 left to go here. And with our situation, AJ, we got 47% battery life, so we need quick pins to get through this match before the battery runs out. Loshi nearly had him pinned, but Bennett's able to bridge off, and there's the fall. Oh, come on, Jamie. I thought it was here.
No call.
Jamie Gagline taking an extra look there, and Loshi's trying to flatten him back out. Loshi reaches back and gets both arms now. Tries to bundle him up. A little bit better position here. Take that pressure off.
Come on, Gagline, make the call.
There it is. Ties us up at 6-6 now.
Minute 31 elapsed time. Directions right on the score. 6 for each team as we go now to 144. Sam Wolpert wrestling Eli Ward. Wolpert, a sophomore, has had a couple of tough matches here the last couple of weeks and needs a win.
It doesn't get any easier. His semi-state is just loaded with tough 44-pounders.
Bellmont 6, Carroll 6. Will Franzi was pinned. Kevin Loshi won by fall. Now it's Wolpert versus Eli Ward. They shake hands and we are underway. Sam likes it a single leg and then do a fireman's or a little tilt off of that. He's got the single leg. He dumps Ward down, but Ward comes right back up to his feet, so there's no takedown. They're out of bounds. We'll come back to the center. No change. They are neutral. Pummeling up top, looking for position. Ward with a quick sprawl. Now another single leg shot by the Bellmont wrestler, and he's changed it off to a double. Sam Wolpert looks to have the takedown as Ward's trying to switch out of it, and Loshi's got him pretty well locked up right there. That's got to be a takedown. Jamie, thank you. There it is. Now Sam will cut him loose and push him into the edge of the mat towards the scorer's table and give him an escape. No wrestle on their feet. Wolpert knows he can take him down when he makes a good shot on him. A minute 13 to go, period 1. Tied at 6 on the team score. Wolpert with a shot on the legs. Does not penetrate this time. He stopped out front. Now he's back in on a tilt. He's got the tilt and he's got the takedown. And he quickly gives up the escape. So it's 4-2. Wolpert in on a single leg shot. They're out of bounds. He had the takedown on the edge of the mat. And one wrestler was still in bounds that time, but that time Jamie Gagline caught him out of bounds in a hurry. 4-2. Wolpert of Bellmont leads in this match. Team score is tied at 6. Wolpert with a fake shot. 45 seconds to go. He's got his opponent, Eli Ward, kind of on the defensive. Ward is reacting on all of Wolpert's fakes and feints. Wolpert continuing to press the action. Ward is backing off. Good time for stalling call. Got to stay in there and wrestle, at least circle and stay in the center. I talked to Gagline about that bad call he made at Mishawaka. You weren't there to see it, Rex. There's a single leg to a monkey roll by Wolpert. In on the single, now he goes to a back leg, and he's got the takedown.
So if I asked Jamie about that bad call he made at Mishawaka, would he think it was a bad call? Or?
Oh, he knew it was a bad
call.
Did
he? Okay, that's good.
He did 3 things wrong, and he knew each one of them. But it was an overtime match, and he blew the whistle, stopped the match when the wrestling should have continued.
Just in admitting you have a problem is the first step, AJ.
Yeah, I guess. All right, 5 seconds left here. Wolpert of Bellmont, a 6-2 lead as he'll ride out this last few seconds in period 1. Bellmont and Carroll tied at 6-all after 2 matches. Yeah, it was a championship round, and it was a double overtime, but it was supposed to be 30 seconds. Both kids wrestled it out. Well, one scored in the second 32nd period. He blew the whistle and stopped the match. The other kid ran off the mat out of the gym. They had to bring him back and restart it after he already raised the kid's hand. All right, here we go. We're going to start in the second period on our feet. And so far it's all been Sammy Wolpert. He's been tough on his feet. Little throw by, and Wolpert now throws the legs in. He's got a takedown. He's going to have back points. Nope, didn't get the back points. Now a cross face. Sam was within a match of going to the second day in Mishawaka, but didn't quite get out. That's 2 years in a row. Wolpert leads this match 8-3 as they wrestle on the mat here with a minute and a half to go in period number 2. And Rex was saying that our semi-state loaded at 144, but Sam's in that mix. I think he can get out of regional. That's not going to be easy either.
Yeah, now with Ronimus from Delta back in the lineup, Tony Wood from Jay County.
Yep. So right now,
Colton Bollenbacher,
who beat Sam Wolpert. Wolpert has the legs in, and he's using the crossface to control his man on the mat. And that's what you do with the legs in. You use the crossface, or you use your elbow and stick it in his ear and move him and turn him the direction that you want. Eli Ward is the Carroll opponent here. Ward trails against Wolpert. The score is 8-3 at the moment, and Wolpert is going to score some more near fall points. Let's see how many. 2 more. 10-3. Wolpert's going to give up the escape to make it 10-4 with 27 seconds left in this second period.
And Sam did a great job knowing what some guys don't do. He felt the pressure and just got out of it and didn't get reversed to his back.
That's a good thing. Sam on a shot on the leg. Not real good penetration, but he tries to make it work anyway. Ward tries to put the legs in. They're out of bounds. And official could have given Ward a takedown there, but he didn't. He just called it neutral, and they're out. Ward put the legs in as they went out of bounds. 15 seconds left. Period number 2. They wrestle 3 2-minute periods unless one wrestler pins the other. And regardless of the score, there's a nice duck under takedown by Wolpert, and he's going to have a near fall, it looks like. It was a 2 count. So in the final 10 seconds of that period, Sam got a takedown and a 2-point near fall and leads it 12-4. Good use of the time there. Third period will start with both wrestlers on their feet. Wolpert adjusting his trunks, and we're underway. Match is tied, 6-all in the team score. Both teams with a pin win. Wolpert has a big major decision right now, 14-4. If you get ahead by 15 points, they stop the match and call it a technical fall. Now Wolpert working on top. He just scored a takedown. It's 16-4. A 3-point near fall here will end the match. And Wolpert is working with an arm bar and a chicken wing, now an arm bar and a half Nelson. Sam Wolpert had a great freshman season, and now as a sophomore has turned his opponent to his back. Ward's going to try to fight out of this and not give up the pin. It's an extra team point for a pin. That's 6. A tech fall is 5. And the match is going to be ended here, even if Ward were to reverse Sam and put him on his back. And there it is. Ward fights off his back, gives up the 3-point near fall. The final there is 19-4 in favor of Bellmont Sam Wolpert. Bellmont on top, 11-6.
Sam Wolpert.
And that'll bring up our next match at 150 pounds. Lake Luganville.
Luganville, and from Carroll, Ryan Myers.
Luganville versus Myers. A little bit of blood cleanup time here as we want to make sure we get the mat nice and clean. They're wrestling on a big blue Carroll mat with a white edge around the outside of it.
Rex, have you ever been in the wrestling room?
I was in there just a little bit ago.
I was too. Nice room.
Yeah.
Big room.
And they have a nice little deck out here, so if they get too many wrestlers in the room, they can come out here and have a little auxiliary mat out here where they had some out here. But have a nice little hoist in the wrestling room so they can crane the mats down. Unlike back in the old Bellmont days, we have to put it up on a rail and carry it down long ways like a big long Tootsie Roll. We're ready to go here at 150 pounds. Bellmont on top, 11-6, and whistle blows, and we're underway. Luganville versus Myers. Luganville working on a front head tie. Tap and go on his opponent. Shot by Myers. Luganville snaps him down, front headlock, bounces his head off the mat. Luganville's in on a fireman's carry now. Luganville just kind of slips around, going to limp arm out, gets the takedown. 2-0 Luganville on top.
Nice single leg.
Ran that off of a counter attack, snapped his opponent down, went on in. Running a tight waist is Luganville, and it reaches across, sit out and turn in.
Blake asked me, is this kid a fish I'm wrestling? I said, I have no idea. He said, I'll just have to find out when I get there.
Dane, you may need a power cord for that.
Luganville leads 2-0 as they wrestle here in the first minute of the first period. Bellmont leads the team score 11-6. And Luganville's running a chicken wing.
Turns in with that wing, runs him right to his back, and that's what we're looking for. Quick falls here. As we run out of battery here, as we will last as long as the battery lasts. And Luganville tries to get pressure down and outside over there. Working that side down, 46 seconds left to go here in the first period. Luganville goes from side to side, keeps that arm. Myers gets back to his base. He's going to get 3 out of it. It's going to make the score 5-0.
Blake keeping the pressure on top and now going to a cradle.
Now he's just going to try and rock him back there. Myers trying to tie up that leg. Luganville's got him on his back with 23 seconds left to go. Inside shoulder should be down. Got the knee in the side. There's the fall.
Elapsed time of 1 minute and 43 seconds. Blake Luganville, the senior, gets a pin win for Bellmont. Bellmont on top, 17-6.
From Bellmont, Kevin Davis, and from Carroll, Noah Bowser.
Now it's Bowser versus Davis at 157. We good? All right, here we go. We're underway. As Davis and Bowser. Davis comes out, hand on the head, trying to force Bowser down. Bowser sprawls. Now Bowser makes a bad shot. Sprawled out. Davis snaps him down and goes behind and has the takedown. So Davis is going to cut him loose, wrestle him on his feet. Gavin is using a lot of snap down technique and go behinds. With his bad shoulder, he doesn't want to put pressure on that left shoulder. Davis makes a partial shot, doesn't penetrate. Now he's snapping Bowser down, spins, goes behind, has another takedown, will give up an escape. Now Davis looking to lock up a cradle as Bowser was coming up, but could not get the cradle locked up. Now Davis of Bellmont on top, in control, 4-1, a minute 15 to go in this first period. Bellmont leads 17-6 on the team board. And Davis has split the legs and has Bowser in trouble down there, but Bowser's able to get back to his stomach again. Davis has a wrist and an overhook. He'll keep that wrist and he'll run that overhook around Bowser's head if he can. And he's done it, and he's got Bowser on his back. Davis is really showing a lot of, oh, he's pinned. Wow, quick pin. A chicken wing and an arm bar. Elapsed time of a minute and 13 seconds. Gavin Davis, undefeated on the year, wins by fall. Bellmont on top, 23-6.
And that'll bring up Duke Myers. Duke Myers wrestling against August Adams.
Correct.
I had to try and read my own writing there. Duke, very thick upper chest compared to his opponent tonight. His opponent is very long and lanky. Duke a little bit shorter stock here.
I was asking earlier if Duke had gone undefeated on the Bellmont team home mats. He had not. He got beat by the Wawasee kid last year.
He did. We're underway here. Shot. Oh, just a blast double turned into a low single by Duke. Gets the takedown, comes out front, pushes the head of his opponent down, cuts him loose. 2-1's the score. Shot by his opponent. Duke catches him double underhook, and his opponent tries to whiff on a headlock. Duke gets around behind, gets the 2 takedown. Comes up. Duke's going to cut him loose. 4-2's the score. As Adams kind of spin back in. Low attack by Adams. Duke just shoots out, blast out for that single leg. Now he's going to go between. Duke's out front. There's a pancake right there.
Oh, yeah.
Eugene Grody has been telling Dane, we don't do enough pancakes. Takedown by Duke makes the score 6-2. I don't know if the kids these days think that that's not a good move to get into a headlock, but I'll tell you what, finishing that pancake, you get the guy stretched out, you go quarter Nelson, slide off the side of the head. Great way to finish a match quick. And I was always cutting so much weight, I was tired. I wanted to get off the mat as soon as I could. Duke going to cut him loose. 6-3 is the score now. Minute 5 left to go. Duke fakes a shot. His opponent dives the leg. Not there, doesn't penetrate. Duke just spins around, goes behind. Duke locks up a crossface. Puts his hand on the head, pushes him out. Gets the escape now. 8-4. Duke hits a little duck under, goes behind, gets the takedown. 10-4 is the score. Duke snaps him back to a Chin drop, has him on his back. He's going to catch some near fall here right on the edge of the mat.
He's going to get the head and the arm, and he's going to get a pin if he can do it. Didn't get it.
Loses the arm. 30 seconds left to go here. Duke drops off to the side, has a leg hook back on his side, just going to take him right over to his back. Gets no count, kind of rolled through, doesn't get enough for a 2 count out of it. Duke back in control with 17 seconds left to go here. Duke runs a tight waist, changes sides, sit out switch attempted by Adams. They'll come back to the center. Adams is down in the center of the mat.
Wasn't that a 3/4 Nelson he was attempting there?
Yeah, he kind of side, almost half 3/4, half side cradle, and Duke's going to cut him loose with 11 seconds left to go. And Adams tries to reach down for Duke's leg, and Duke just spins and goes behind. Gets a takedown in that about 4 seconds there. Back up and running.
Quite a difference between the Bellmont JVs and the varsity here in these upper weights.
Duke has a 15-5 lead now. Duke looking to wrist control, snaps the opponent down, takes a side shot, changes direction, try to get Adams to come back to him, snaps him down, heavy hands, takes Adams right to the mat. Duke's just going to post the arm, go behind, gets the takedown, 17-5. Duke's going to cut him loose, snap down. Adams picks the ankle. Duke spins out of that, mule kicks out. Adams attacks on the edge of the mat, comes back. Good fire out there by Adams, trying to hit those low single, and Duke tried to hit an ankle pick. Adams spins off to the side. Minute 28 left to go here in period 2. 17-6 is the score. Duke's on top. Duke snaps down the arm. Now Duke locks up a side cradle from that front headlock, and he's going to take him right to his back with it. See if he can put him away here in minute 15. Our battery life is running down on Dane's computer, but he has mine fixed. So we're going to make a transition here at some point in time when this battery runs down. But
hopefully a blood time.
We will go until it's done, and we'll transition out. But these Braves need some quick falls. Tech fall. That's it. 22-6 is our score. Give him 5.
28-6. Belmont now in the lead over Carroll here. As we'll wrestle at 175, Xavier Palacios wrestling Parker Neiman. I believe they could pronounce it Nyman. That's the strength of the Belmont lineup, starting right there at 144 with Wolpert, Luganbill, Davis, and Myers, and Palacios, and Mendez, and Martin. They've been formidable all year long, and they will need to continue to do so to get out of semi-state and make it down to Evansville for the state finals this year, folks. Start planning ahead. It's a 5.5-hour drive from Decatur to make it down to Evansville, Indiana, and that's where state's going to be. Here we go, 175, Palacios versus Nyman. Palacios comes out with a collar tie and pounds on his opponent's head. Moving forward, Xavier's been very aggressive this year, especially on the mat. He's a great pinner. Xavier with a snap down, continuing to work forward. Has a forearm in his opponent's chest. Nyman now hanging on to one of Duke's arms, or excuse me, Xavier's arms. They continue to hand fight and pummel, looking for some position. Neither wrestler's made a leg attack at this point. Palacios has got a good attack, and there it is. He's going to run a high crotch, single leg, change off to a double, and there's the takedown. Very nicely done. Had that head up, moving forward, and cutting the corner right away. And here comes the crossface. And Xavier running that tough crossface, trying to bundle it up. He can't bundle it up, he'll try to cradle it up. His opponent trying to fight that off, but Nyman's in trouble, and Xavier takes him over to his back. Xavier's got him on his back. Let's see if he can get that inside shoulder down. Officials down there to take a look. Jamie Gagland, he calls the pin. A lapse time of 1 minute and 9 seconds. Xavier Palacios, another pin win for Bellmont. Bellmont on top, 34-6.
They'll bring up 190 pounders now. Cole Mendez. He is wrestling against Jaden Berry. Mr. Berry is a very athletic, pretty stacked young man.
Yeah.
Mr. Mendez pretty well built himself. We are ready to go here. He wrestled 215 several times this year.
Barry's only a sophomore.
Mendez, a senior. We're underway here. We are at 190 pounds. We will finish at 126 with a forfeit. Mendez working off that collar tie. Both wrestlers just kind of hanging on to each other. Slide by attempted by Mr. Barry. Working for inside position. Mendez has been pushed back to the edge of the mat. Now he kind of turns sideways, works his way back in a little bit. Carroll wrestler goes back to the center, gets a fresh start. Minute 23 left to go here in period number 2. Mendez backs up, Sugarfoot, changes his stance a little bit, fakes a shot. Trying to work inside the defenses of his opponent. Works a 2-on-1 Russian arm tie. Mendez takes him to the edge of the mat. Need to work a takedown off of that. AJ, you see a lot of guys get that and just not do very much with it.
There's several techniques to score off of that 2-on-1.
Drop down on like a slide by on that sweep single.
I've seen guys hook that inside leg, force him down, and just hook that inside leg in like a knife throw situation.
There's 48 seconds left to go. They're still on their feet neutral, pushing each other. Barry pushes Mendez off the edge of the mat. Mendez works his way back in. They're out of bounds. They'll come back to center.
No score here in this first period at 190.
Whistle blows. Mendez takes a couple steps back, fakes a shot, doesn't penetrate. Barry pushes him to the edge of the mat again. No leg attack from the Carroll wrestler yet. Mendez no real serious attempt himself either. 18 seconds left to go. Let's see if anybody's going to try anything here before the end of this first period. Time expires. They go out of bounds.
Cole didn't do much.
Neither did his opponent. Why don't you take this, AJ?
Cole Mendez now. There's a false start, and they're going to call it, I believe, on the bottom man. So here we go. Mendez on top in referee's position. Scores tied 0-0. Cole reaches for a back leg and a near arm, trying to turn Barry over to his back. Mendez maintains good control. He's got Barry broken down to his stomach. That's Jaden Barry, sophomore for Carroll. Bellmont leading the team score 34-6 here at 190. And it's a crossface by Mendez. Can't get it hooked up, so he'll try something else. Mendez keeping good hip pressure on. Barry does pop up. Now Mendez will try to grab for the far arm and maintain good pressure on top. Cole's good at that. He stays in good position on top until he can get that far arm controlled and then dump you over. They're out of bounds. Now we'll go back to the center. No change. Still no score here at 190.
AJ, sometimes you got to remind the wife that there's more than just radio. Turn on the radio. You done all right? Nope, we're doing YouTube tonight. So Mendez is in the top position, riding Barry. Minute 13 left to go here in this second period as Barry tries to turn into Mendez. Mendez just going to slide out the back, give him an escape. 1-0's the score as the Carroll wrestler scores first blood here. As Mendez didn't work on any real serious takedowns in that first period. Let's see if he has anything planned this period. He works his way back in. Barry backs into the center of the mat. Collar tie by Barry. Mendez pulls that arm off. Mendez has been pushed back to the outside edge of the boundary again. Shot by Mendez, just reaches for a leg. Nothing serious, out of bounds they go. Gegline's getting a little bit frustrated. He may start talking to Mendez about staying back in the center here. We're in the second period here, 30 seconds left to go. Mendez not tying up. Looks like he wants to shoot from out. Works in. Now he hits a shot. Now he's got a double leg. Changes off to single. Can't pull it in. Barry fights that off. Barry has made no real attempt himself. Collar tie by both wrestlers. 8 seconds left to go. We're going to take this into the third period as Adams, Berry from Jaden Berry from Carroll has a 1-0 lead over Mendez. Mendez's choice, he takes the down position. We're at 190. Once again, we'll finish at 126 with a forfeit.
2 Carroll.
Bellmont with a 34-6 lead right now. Mendez being ridden with a spiral ride. Berry comes around behind, and Mendez just does a tripod stand-up, stands up to his base, gets the escape. We're tied at 1-1. We've seen a lot of this in the first 2 periods with no real active takedowns. Mendez had a decent double leg shot the last time they were on their feet. Mr. Berry has not made any real attempt for a takedown. He's just tried to counter everything from Mendez.
I'm not sure at this level as a sophomore he does have a good takedown attack. I think he uses his athleticism to score defensive takedowns.
Mendez tried a little throw by, couldn't get around behind him. Mendez backs into the center of the mat a little bit. Wants to start that takedown in good position so it doesn't end it out of bounds. As his opponent doesn't want to come back into the center with him. I think Jamie might start calling a little stalling on the Carroll wrestler. Mendez getting a little heavy hands on him as his opponent seems to be wearing down a little bit.
There's the call. Stalling on Carroll.
Jamie had seen enough of that.
It's a warning. He sees it again, it'll be a point.
Mendez pushing the collar tie. Now Berry's just going to try and push on Mendez. Takes a fake shot, bad shot. Mendez catches him out front, a front headlock. Mendez puts his head in a rabbit hole, locks up a side cradle. Now he just tries to push him out of bounds, try to take a takedown. And the 3 mat maids for Bellmont are the scorekeepers and managers that just got chased into the bleachers. 34 seconds left to go. We're still tied up at 1 apiece here. Carroll wrestler scored a first point, so if they go into the overtime, it would be to his advantage. They will wrestle a 1-minute sudden victory period first, though. Mendez is in good on that shot, on that counter after Berry made a really bad shot, and I don't see Mr. Berry making another bad one. Mendez pushes him. Mendez may work on trying to get that stalling. 5 seconds left. Jamie's going to eat his whistle.
Spin.
Oh, just about spun around. Couldn't get it. Jamie says no. Our buddy Kurt Krause at the Girls State Finals the other day, AJ was ready to start to blow the whistle, and he went like this, and he forgot his whistle was still tucked in his shirt. We gave him a hard time all day about it. So,
overtime.
First point scored here, and sudden victory will do it. Put 1 minute on the clock, and we're underway here. Mendez working on a heavy hands and a collar tie, and he's pushing into Berry. Berry taking some heavy breaths here. He's been warned for stalling. I think if Mendez puts a little pressure on him, he can get that stall call or get him to take a bad shot. That's probably the better of the 2 options. Mendez putting some pressure on the head, and then Berry steps down. Mendez catches him in a cow catcher, takes him right to his back. Even though it's sudden victory, he gets a chance to pin him here and get the 6.
It's over.
Whistle is over.
It's over.
That's it.
Once he got the takedown, it was over.
Yep. So that's going to do it. Sudden victory. Mendez wins this thing 3-1, gives him 3 points, 37-6.
He probably gets back points there too, don't he?
Yeah, he didn't score him. Jamie didn't count him off.
Well, it's a 3-point victory nevertheless, so it's 37 for Bellmont, 6 for Carroll, and now Bellmont's once beaten Keegan Martin wrestling Harrison Fitch at 215 pounds. Keegan Martin is ranked 2nd, I believe, or third in the state right now, 3rd in the state. I looked it up recently.
Yeah, he's 2 in his Fort Wayne semi-state.
And 2 in the Fort Wayne semi-state. Well, we'll see about that. Here we go. Fitch versus Martin. Martin much bigger than Mr. Fitch at 215-pound weight class. Martin works his way inside. Fitch tries to back out of there. Martin now hits a little knee pull, an underhook, and scores the opening takedown. Fitch in trouble as Martin has already put an arm behind his back and now is working to turn Fitch over. Martin with a good crossface over there on the far side of the mat. Martin's going to bundle him up with that crossface. He's working him around and trying to get Fitch over his back. He's done it. Fitch is on his back. Keegan Martin will be scoring near fall points. He'll try to pull his opponent closer to him and get a half Nelson and finish this off with a pin. 1:10 to go, first period. Martin's clearly superior, and they call it potentially dangerous, but a 3-point near fall, so it's 5-0 in favor of Keegan Martin of Bellmont. Bellmont leading 37-6 over Carroll. Martin gives up the escape, so they can start this period on their feet. 1:05 to go. Martin with a low attack on a leg, single leg, and scores a takedown. Flexible, strong, technique, talented, and now Martin goes in for a half Nelson. He's caught Fitch's arm up in the air, and it's just a matter of time here, folks, as Keegan Martin trying to finish this thing off here in this first period. He's got 40 seconds to do it, and it's over. Lapse time of 1 minute and 18 seconds. Winner by fall, senior Keegan Martin, Bellmont on top, 43-6.
285 pounds from Bellmont, Brady Baker, and from Carroll, Braden Lothamer.
It's Grady Baker versus Lothamer. Pretty good size heavyweight here, AJ, from Carroll.
Lothamer's only a 9th grader.
Good-looking freshman.
Yeah, he is, and he won a couple matches at Mishawaka, so Grady's going to have his hands full here.
Brady's one of those guys, and I think you and I have talked that he could be the most improved from beginning of the season to the end of this end of the season. As we're underway, pummeling in is Mr. Lothamer, trying to get Baker lifted up a little bit. Baker fights that off. Baker with a nice underhook, keeping him at bay, has his head buried in his neck. Lothamer trying to tip his way underneath Baker. These guys pummeling for position. Baker trying to snap his opponent down. I think Baker might have the weight advantage on Lothamer just a little bit. Now he's got a front headlock. Baker snaps that down. We saw that the other night working on his tomahawk steak. Lots of takedowns for Baker. Now Mr. Lothamer's got a hold of his legs to stop him from going out. Can't get around behind, but Baker works his way back in bounds, and Baker can get him flattened out here and be in better position.
Got to get his legs back.
Takes that, gonna lose that ankle here. Lothamer hanging on a low single leg. Baker trying to stay on top, keep his base. 1:04 left to go here. Let's see if we can get a stalemate out of this, Jamie. There we go.
And that's the call. Neither wrestler able to improve their position. It's a stalemate. And we'll start over.
Grady does a good job of snapping down that head. He got Lothamer where he wanted him to, but let his leg hang out there, and Lothamer got a leg. 47 seconds left to go here in period number 1. We're at heavyweight. Snap down by Baker. Underhook attempted by Lothamer. Baker works his way in, has that good underhook stopping the attack of Lothamer. Now he's going to take and push that head down. Baker does a good job of posting that head right in the neck of Lothamer so he can't get the inside tie. Baker pushes his way back in bounds. Baker's trying to take that underhook and the head to snap him down, get that front headlock. Headlock attempted by Lothamer, and he whiffed. And Baker's going to get around behind, get the takedown. That's a big man to throw a headlock on. 6 seconds left to go. Lothamer made a miscue, tried to throw a headlock.
Hey, it could have worked, but Baker did a nice job of countering it. He felt the pressure and got underneath it.
So Baker's choice, and he's going to take the bottom position. Let's see if Grady can get away from Mr. Lothamer here. Couple good-looking younger underclassmen here. Baker sits up. Lothamer climbs on the left side. No real first move. Baker trying to tripod his way up. Lothamer goes off to a side cradle. Baker fights that off. Lothamer drops back to a ball and chain. Now he's gonna, looks like he's reaching for a 3/4 Nelson, but Baker's got that ball and chain leg loosened up a little bit. He's trying to come up. 3/4 Nelson applied by Lothamer, and Baker's gonna try and turn into him.
You better just flatten out.
Gonna try and break the hands there.
There, he got the hands broken apart. Hang on to one of those hands. Outside leg up, son.
Now Baker trying to work his way out. Lothamer trying to reach up. Don't grab both hands around your legs, or that's a lock in the hands penalty around the leg. Now Lothamer trying to hang on a low single leg here. Baker's trying to push his head away and come out. Lothamer's going to have to work up, or Jamie's going to call him for stalling, just like that. As Baker's trying to crawl out, and Lothamer just need a mule kick out, and Lothamer needs to work up the body. Jamie's only going to watch so much of this.
Isn't that a stall?
Yeah, should have been a long time ago. There's the stalling warning.
Whoa. He could have called that 30 seconds
That was like the most slow motion crawl I've ever seen, AJ. Baker just slowly crawling, and Lothmer's followed him. Under a minute to go here in period number 2. Baker with a 2-0 lead. As Lothmer's been warned for stalling here. Lothmer put a lot of pressure on the top half of Baker. Now reaches for a cradle. Baker trying to base his way up here. Going to take that inside ankle and try and hip heist it over. Lothmer's got that leg in. I don't know if he wants that leg in or not. Baker needs to escape or get something here. You took down, son. You need to score from down. And Lothmer's got a cradle locked up, but he's way up top, and Baker's going to spin out and control the leg. Comes around the back. Baker with a 2-point reversal. So Lothmer got too high on the cradle. That's a big man to try and cradle off of his fours. Baker's running cross faces back and forth. 18 seconds left to go. Good position here. He's going to reach back, grab an ankle, try and tip him through, maybe bundle him up. Baker comes around, gets some good control. Back behind. Baker putting pressure on. Bellmont way out in front in this match, 43-6. Period 2 comes to an end. Baker with a 4-0 lead. Lothmer takes neutral. He thinks the only way he can do is hit a throw on Baker. Baker will see if he can stay in good position here. 2 minutes to go here at heavyweight before we wrap around the little guys. And Lothmer hooks up a double arm here. Going to try and hit a throw on Baker. Baker's trying to back out of it. Baker sags down on that. Lothmer's trying to hit a little sag headlock on him here. They're in an over and under situation. Baker's careful, you don't want to push in. Baker spins back around, has an underhook. Good head position to keep Lothmer from getting that locked up very tight. Lothmer has both arms locked up here of Baker, and Baker comes up with an underhook. Tries to spin out. 1:24 left to go here.
A Greco-Roman match, Rex.
Lothmer thinks he's going to be able to throw Baker, and Baker going to just keep in good position here. Lothmer works his way back over to the edge of the mat. Baker's trying to pummel out here. Baker needs to keep turning back in toward the center so he doesn't get hit for stalling here. Lothmer's on the attack here with a minute left to go. We're at heavyweight, 285, as Baker with a 4-0 lead here, and he does a good job of spinning back into the center of the mat. Lothmer is looking for a throw of some kind. He missed a headlock that gave Baker his first takedown here. Baker drops the head down, puts the pressure down. He's got a front headlock locked up, snaps him down, spins and goes behind. Baker with a nice counter takedown. We saw Baker do that the other night in his match. Got about 6 or 7 takedowns, AJ, in one match off that move. Kind of broke his opponent. 30 seconds to go here.
Watch it roll.
Arm roll by Lothmer. Baker sags back, keeps his pressure off the hips, comes back, locks up the leg. 20 seconds left to go. Baker's got a 6-0 lead here at heavyweight. See if he can finish riding out this last 14 seconds. He's going to let his opponent stand up, get to his feet. Baker gets an escape, 6-1. 7 seconds left. Headlock missed by Lothmer. Baker with a takedown makes the score 8-1. That's going to do it. 8-1, 3 points, 46-6.
Grady Baker, much improved, and he's going to need to be because the NE8 conference has got a bunch of good heavyweights. Our sectional has a bunch of good heavyweights. So Baker's going to have his hands full for the next 2 weeks, but a great win there for Grady as the sophomore wins it 8-1. And now the 106-pounders, Ben Mills of Bellmont wrestling Boston Blake, a freshman from Carroll. Here we go. Mills had a pin win against Yorktown as they come out, the two little guys working for some hand control and a collar tie or a position from where you can attack the legs. Blake hits a single leg shot and a sprawl attempted by Mills, but Mills is in trouble. He's on his side. Mills is in trouble here, but he gets back to his stomach, only gives up the takedown, doesn't give up any back points. He tried to sprawl out of it, but didn't get his hips down. And Boston Blake gets the takedown for Carroll, and he leads this thing 2-0 here in the opening minute at 1:06. Three-quarter Nelson attempted by Blake. They must have been practicing that in the room, Rex. And now a leg pops in as Mills not working much from underneath, not doing anything. So Blake throws a leg in, and he can ride that. Mills trying to lift up on that leg and work his way out the back. In pretty good position to do so. Blake trying to work a far side half Nelson and turn Mills to his back. So between the two of them, and there is a near fall count, so Boston Blake is going to score a near fall here as Mills was unable to get his stomach down, and he's going to give up 3, I believe. It's going to be 5-0 here with about 30 seconds to go. Yep. So the legs worked for Boston Blake of Carroll, and he has the 5-0 lead. Blake on top, riding a deep waist now. Time to score. You got 20 seconds left. Mills working to get from his stomach to his hands and knees, and from there find hand control and get out. 3/4 Nelson again attempted by Blake. Doesn't work. Mills, though, has stopped in his tracks and unable to get off his base, and this first period ends with Mills trailing Blake 5-0. Bellmont leading 46-6.
We have 16% battery life, AJ. These Braves need to get some falls here.
I think we're going to be okay, Rex. As they wrestle on their feet here to start the second period. Mills makes a feint, works for his hand control. Mills leading or trailing 5-0 here. Ben needs a takedown. Get back in this match. Shot by Mills, double leg. He's in tough on it, needs to finish it. His opponent trying to rip him out, but Mills scores the takedown. Now Mills reaches for a leg, unable to turn Blake. Boston Blake. Blake working at a stand-up. Mills still has control and a 5-2 disadvantage here. A Splato attempted by Mills. Young Mr. Mills has got some tricks up his sleeve.
Mr. Blake?
And Mr. Blake, I should say, you're right. And they call a stalemate. Jamie Gagline recognized what that was. He used to Splato as a high school wrestler. 5-2, Mills trails here.
That hadn't been invented when I wrestled, AJ.
Stand up by Boston, and Mills puts the leg in, and they call potentially dangerous.
They had to teach us referees what that was, because when it first started happening, we didn't know who was in control on a spladle.
Ben Mills is going to give up the escape and wrestle from his feet here, and now trails 6-2 with a minute to go in the second period. Mills makes a fake shot. Boston Blake sprawls out, now comes back up to his feet. Now another kind of a half shot, and then comes out for Mills. Mills continuing to force the action, and they're out of bounds, no change. He got stalling on the Carroll wrestler. 6-2, Carroll wrestler Boston Blake leads here. Mills stops the shot. They come upper body. The two little guys are set up for a throw here, and Blake hits the throw. Nice one. Boston Blake throws Mills right to his back. Mills now trying to get off of his back. Nice over and under throw by the little guy from Carroll, and he makes it work with a pin count. Elapsed time of 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Boston Blake scores the pin win. That doubles up Carroll's total to 12 to the 46 of Bellmont.
That'll bring up the 113 pounder. It's going to be Ethan Curtis versus Cyan Welch. Mr. Curtis and Mr. Mills must not have trouble with weight, AJ, because every match I stop afterwards in Taco Bell, Mills and Ethan Curtis are there eating Taco Bell, so apparently their weight must be good. So it's Curtis versus Welch. We're underway here. Whistle blows. It's 113-pound. Nice shot by the wrestler from Carroll. And Curtis just hooks an arm and throws her over the top. She's still in tough on the leg. Now Curtis comes up and facelifts her to their back. Curtis gets a little bit high. She's going to get a takedown. She gets the takedown, runs a half, and he hits an arm roll. And she comes up on top, and Curtis just rolls her right to her back, and it's a cowboy fight, AJ.
It is a good one, too.
The dust is flying.
It's a cowgirl fight.
a cow person fight. It's a minute 29 left to go here. It's 2-2 as she hits a switch over the top of the back, and Curtis is going to come up on top. And she comes out of this up to their feet neutral. On her feet. She's a scrapper. Shot by Welch on the leg of Curtis. Controls the leg. Spins back around behind. He's got a leg and an arm. He's going to take that little bundle and just put her right to her shoulder. Try and work her way around behind. Jacks that ankle. Gets off in position. He's got the takedown. He has facelifts her to the back. She's going to roll through. Can't hold her. He's got 2 near fall. That's going to tie up the bundle once again. Trying to work his way around. Take her right to her back. Comes up. Jacks the inside ankle up. Rides a tight waist. Changes sides. Curtis running a little bit of a spiral ride. Now he changes off. Going to take that Wilson. Takes her right to her back. Catches the arm on the way through. 25 seconds left to go. Looking for a near fall. Does not have the right angle yet. As Gigline's looking. Cheyenne Wilson is able to get back to her base. Does not give up a near fall. 8-3 is the score now with that 2 near fall. They're on the edge of the mat. Instead, Gigline lets them wrestle out there. Curtis breaks her down. They're out of bounds. They're going to go. Come back to the center. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Cheyenne Welch is on the Carroll girls team. And like Rex said, she's definitely a scrapper. Giving up some strength to Ethan Curtis of Bellmont Jr.
Whistle blows. No girl first move. Juliana Campo won the 110-pound class, and her sister Isabella won the 115-pound class. And we will see them this weekend at the NE8. Curtis with a nice low leg attack. Hits a knee pull from across. Hits a little duck under. Steps in. Takes her to her back. Working on a near fall. Gets a 1 count and a 2 count. It's going to get 2 takedown and a 2 near fall. Makes the score 12-3. Catches a half Nelson and tight waist.
Done.
And that's it.
Elapsed time of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 6 more for Bellmont. 52-12.
120 pounds from Bellmont, Henry Farouk, and from Carroll, Andrew Gerard.
So now it's Henry Farouk, Bellmont freshman, versus Andrew Gerard of Carroll High School. And this will be our final bout of the evening, as the next weight class will be a forfeit win for Carroll. So Farouk comes out, fighting some hand control. Henry's going to have some tough matches at the NE8 at Huntington, as he's got some good kids in his weight class from the conference. Henry with a snap down. Gerard with a leg attack, but doesn't penetrate. Henry blocks him out front, continues to make himself long here. Henry working a back ankle control with a hand and spinning to go around behind. Henry now has the takedown and looked like he had a cradle locked up, but Gerard broke it apart. Now Gerard comes out in front, and the score is 2-1. Farouk of Bellmont leading here in the opening minute at 120 pounds. Farouk, both wrestlers make a feint, and both sprawl out. They're quick to anticipate. Gerard of Carroll on the bad shot. He does not penetrate. He's got a hand wrapped around one of Henry's left leg, but Henry's able to spin and go behind and has a takedown. And Henry's just going to cut him loose. And they wrestle on their feet here on the edge of the mat with a score 4-2. 50 seconds to go, period number 1. Bellmont leads 52-12, and we've got a blood timeout. Rex, do we want to take it? Bellmont leads this thing 52-12. They lost by fall at 106 pounds, and they lost by fall at 132 pounds. Will Franzi was pinned, Ben Mills was pinned, everybody else was won.
We have 8 commercials queued up for the end of the match, AJ, and this bloody nose didn't come at a convenient time for us. Dane's computer is different than mine, and you play the commercial different, so we'll get through this here.
You can play one if you want. You want to play one?
Let's play one.
Don Myers Plumbing and Heating in Bern is your American Standard home comfort dealer. American Standard has been in business for more than 100 years and welcomes Don Myers Plumbing and Heating of Bern as one of their independent dealers. Don Myers Plumbing and Heating and American Standard will provide your home or business with energy-efficient heating and cooling equipment, saving you money. Don Myers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling at the east edge of Bern on Adams County Road 000, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's Henry Froh to Bellmont with a 4-2 lead. 2 takedowns for Henry. He's given up 2 escapes to Andrew Gerard. Henry, the aggressor, snaps Gerard down and works to spin and go behind. Gerard trying to keep an arm up, but Henry's got a back ankle and gets around behind, and a nice go behind there. Make it 6-2. Sometimes the simplest moves are the best, and if your technique is good, it's unstoppable. And Froh scores a takedown. Riding on the left side, deep waist. Now it pulls a far arm across. Going for that Wilson. That's your great mid ankle, and you have a far arm. And take him over on his shoulders without dislocating his shoulder blade. And time runs out in the first period. 6-2 Froh of Bellmont. And looking ahead to a year or two from now, Rex, we could have 3 Frohs wrestling in the lineup.
There's been years we've had that many Frohs.
I don't think so. But
we had B.J. Denny and.
All right, here we go. Stand-up escape as Froh gives up the escape to wrestle on his feet here to start this second period. His opponent, Andrew Gerard of Carroll. Gerard makes a leg attack, but again, with his head down and doesn't get penetration, makes it fairly easy for Henry to spin and cut a corner on him and lock his hands up for a cradle and get around behind, and that should be a takedown. And if he can put his head in the side and lift, he's going to get more than the takedown, although he's just going to give him the takedown and cut him loose again. Gerard's making it too easy for him. Henry now in on a single leg, goes to the back ankle and has another takedown. Henry gives up the escape. It's 10-5 as they go out of bounds with 1:15 to go, period number 2. If you're just joining us, Bellmont leads this thing 52-12. Bellmont has won all but 2 weight classes, and this will be our last contested match with a forfeit win for Carroll at the last one. Another Henry takedown. Henry Froh, snap down, go behind. Now he's got a side cradle. He got his hands locked. You can lock your hands on the mat if it's a pinning combination. And this certainly is a pinning combination with 54 seconds left. Henry has taken him over to his back, and he's got him stuck. And there's the call. Elapsed time of 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Winner by fall from Bellmont. Henry Froh gives Bellmont 58-12, and with a 6-point forfeit in the last weight class for Carroll, makes the final score 58-18.
So 58-18 is our score, and we're going to send it for some commercials. We're back with more post-match right after this on WZBD YouTube channel.
Hey, do you know when and where we can recycle in Adams County?
Well, I know you can recycle from 8 to 4 weekdays and Saturday 8 to noon at the transfer station next to Golden Meadows.
Okay, where else?
In Decatur, behind D&D Marathon on the east side of town on Thursdays, Mondays at Simon Manufacturing 27 South in Bern, and in Monroe on the third Tuesday at the fairgrounds. Plus, you can always get the latest info at adamscountyswmd.com.
Thanks.
When faced with the difficult task of making arrangements for your loved one, many emotions and questions arise. What would they want me to do if they were here? Where is the money coming from? How much should I spend? Do they want burial or cremation? The staff at Haggard, Hershey, and Zelt Funeral Home can help you navigate these tough questions. Make your wishes known and allow us to make sure that your wishes are carried out. Call Ryan Hershey or Eric Zelt at 260-724-7167 to schedule an appointment today.
For the past 90 years, Smith Brothers has built a solid reputation by providing quality furniture that lasts for generations. They continue to employ the best construction techniques and components available in the industry and offer frame and fabric styles to satisfy every taste from transitional to traditional and all stops between. Sitting is believing. Test one of their recliners to see how quality engineering makes them stand out from other leading manufacturers. Smith Brothers of Bern. Feel the difference quality makes.
'Tis the season to give and share at Best One in Monroe. Hi, it's Matt Brown, manager of Best One in Monroe with our December offer. Bring in a canned food donation for the Monroe United Methodist Food Pantry Drive to Best One and get up to $80 off your purchase of 4 new select Mastercraft, Corsa Trail, and Quest line of tires. This offer ends December 31st and is available only at Best One in Monroe. Restrictions apply. See store or bestoneofmonroe.com for complete details. And have a safe and blessed holiday season from all of us at Best One of Monroe.
No matter your age, health and life insurance can be confusing and overwhelming. This is Derek Bailey with Bixler Insurance. Whether you are currently on Medicare or will soon be qualifying for Medicare, we have the products and expertise to meet your needs. Under age 65 and looking for health coverage? Interested in protecting your family from an unexpected loss with a life insurance policy? We can discuss options to assure your peace of mind. Call Bixler Insurance today to schedule your free appointment.
9 miles from Monmouth and 9 miles from Fort Wayne, situated on 27 just south of 469, sits 9 Mile Restaurant, your home for great meals since 1837. Providing home-cooked meals to travelers between Decatur and Fort Wayne for over 180 years, 9 Mile has stood the test of time as an institution on the southern edge of Allen County. With seating on the family side, the bar side, and outdoors, there's always a reason to stop and have a meal. 9 Mile also has a full-service bar and a professional service that can cater your next event or party. The next time you're on your way to or from Fort Wayne, stop in. If you've gone the distance, welcome to 9 Mile.
When it comes to your home, there are things the handyman in you wants to do. And then there's things that should be left to the experts. When it comes to seamless gutters, there's only one choice in our area, and that's SureFlow Seamless Gutters in Decatur. Tired of gutters that leak at every seam and every downspout? Call the guys at SureFlow. Putting on a new metal roof and want your gutters to do the job they're meant to do? Call SureFlow. Find them online at seamlessgutters.net or give them a call. SureFlow Gutters, 260-888-5062.
Hey athletes, are you looking to take your game to the next level? Look no further than Indiana Physical Therapy. Our expert team of sports performance specialists and personalized training programs will have you running circles around the competition. Injured or hurt on the field? Come see us. Our team of physical therapists are dedicated to helping you get back up to speed. With over 19 locations across Indiana, we can get you better, faster. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Welcome back to Carroll High School as Bellmont has defeated Carroll by the final score of 58-18. And some fairly close, couple of close matches, but Bellmont pretty much dominated here tonight, AJ.
They certainly did. They won 11 of the 14 weight classes, actually 11 of the 13 that were contested. Bellmont gave up a forfeit win in the last one at 126. And some good wrestling by several Bellmont wrestlers. Grady Baker, I thought, wrestled a very smart match. He looked good. Kevin Loesch bumped up a weight class and won by fall. And Belmont's, the big guys in the middle, they all wrestled well. They were just aggressive, going for pin wins. And they continued to win by either tech falls or pins all the way through. Cole Mendez had an overtime match against the very athletic Jaden Berry and did what he had to do and won in overtime, put Berry to his back in the first 1 minute period of overtime, got reversed to his back, but fortunately the match was over once he got the takedown.
Sudden victory calls it. So AJ, we're joined by the YouTube master here as Dane had to step in and had to fire something up on a different computer here. But Dane, you're in here to tell us what we're going to do on WZBD in the next few days because it's a whirlwind.
Well, we're going to end the season with a bang. We are going